Okay guys, so you haven't seen a ton of My Hero Ultra Rumble videos being posted on this channel by me recently. That is because, quite honestly, there just hasn't been much to talk about with the game, with the mid-season patch coming through for Season 3, and then us just basically waiting for Season 4 to see what was going to happen. It was really hype at the beginning of Season 3 with the new map, the new quirk skill sets, and all that good stuff. Well, then it kind of died down a little bit, but now we have stuff to look forward to. We have these new outfits here with the introduction of Season 4 looking very, very nice. We also have Shigaraki's new quirk skill set, and Season 4, by the way, if you don't know, is going to be starting in about 2 days on March 27th, and I am really honestly very, very excited for Shigaraki's new quirk skill set after looking at it, because these are the upgrades he desperately needed. And now I think we're just hoping that, like, you know, Dabi gets some upgrades in the future and stuff like that, which, you know, might be on the tables. But for now, I'm going to be happy with what we get. Let's go ahead and take a look at Shigaraki's new quirks, and I'll kind of give you guys my thoughts on his alpha, his beta, and his gamma. So what we're about to watch is Shigaraki's alpha skill, and I really like the upgrade to this alpha skill. I feel like what you're about to see is something that if you haven't played the game before, or you just barely played the game, rather, I should say, you're a newer player, you probably wouldn't notice the big difference between this skill and the skill he already has, and you'd be like, well, what's the difference? What's the point in this? Well, we're going to talk about that, okay? So his normal skill is just 1 line, right? But this skill has 3 lines, which is automatically really good. But there is a thing that makes this way better than just having 3 lines, and that thing is that this skill does not require ground line of sight. So previously, when using Shigaraki's alpha skill, you had to target the ground and it moved along the ground to hit the enemy. Well, now I don't really like the way they positioned this video either. I wish they had like put Cementos a little bit higher, but now he throws a rock that has decay on it, meaning that he can aim potentially up into the sky. Like, let's say Cementos were dropping down from this building here, he could aim up at Cementos and potentially hit Cementos with this decay rock and do some damage. So that's really good. Now the thing is, they probably nerfed the range on this a little bit compared to what his normal quirk skill set has. So his normal quirk skill set travels along the ground, but you got a lot of range with it. I feel like you have traded out range here for having the ability to now aim up in the sky and not have ground line of sight, right? So I feel like that's a little bit better. Now, that's not to say that this move doesn't have ground line of sight, because right here you can see it, right? He's hitting the ground and it still travels along the ground once the rock hits the ground, but now you have the ability to actually throw a projectile at the enemy. That makes a big difference in how good Shigaraki is going to be. I think this is a massive upgrade for him, just having a projectile, and I feel like that is going to instantly make him so much better. Like, in terms of like tier list, he was like towards C tier in the tier list. Maybe no, not C tier, that was really wrong. He was like towards A tier. He was A tier in damage, B tier in like utility, okay, to be fair to him, okay, but he was not like top of the board when it comes to just overall versatility, damage, and everything that the game, you know, entails. I feel like this is going to make him so much better. He's definitely got to be like, there's an argument now when you see his beta and his gamma skills for him to be maybe towards the top of the tier list. So let's take a look at his beta and his gamma. So his beta skill, when you first see it, you're gonna be like, oh, well, that's cool. Why does it matter? Okay, because originally he throws down decay around him. Well, this is going to be him throwing decay at enemies, and it creates a circle of decay like you see right there, and you're like, that's cool. I mean, now he can throw it, I guess. So real creative, right? But it's actually a lot more creative than you think on the surface, because that decay sticks around, and now even if an ally wasn't in that ring, that decay can spread to them. That is actually insane. That is freaking ridiculous, because that is going to immensely change the way people play this game. Because now, let's say Cementos here gets hit by the decay and Mount Lady was already low, then that decay could spread to her and potentially kill her. You could potentially end up killing your own teammates, from what I understand. I don't know how much damage this decay does. They don't like give us damage numbers here, so it might not be very much, but that could actually be insane. That could be a game changer. So you actually have to like spread out from your teammates when you're fighting the Shigaraki. That could be really crazy. That could be really good. So it's an AoE effect that also has lasting damage over time that can spread to other players. This is very creative. Like on the surface, doesn't look like it, but when you get into it, I think this is going to be a game changer for the way that people play, for the way people set up their teams, and for just how much people have to actually plan when going into fights. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And last but not least, we have Shigaraki's Gamma skill. So at the start here, you're going to see like a dash, right? That dashes through the enemy and it leaves decay on them just like the other move, right? And then you can see Mount Lady also ends up with the decay on her, which is kind of cool. But why would you ever use that when you could use this, which is now his vertical movement that he has been needing so badly, right? So before he had really good horizontal, well, not really good, but decent horizontal movement when he was running across the ground, right? Well, now he has some vertical movement, and then he also slams down into the ground, creating that decay as well. So like you could do a straight line like that, or you could do this. That is absolutely insane. I feel like that is so good. And it still has the decay effect, right? Like you're not trading off the decay effect for using the ground slam as opposed to just the dash. So why would you ever use the straight dash over the ground slam? Like, I feel like that's just crazy. That's really, really good. That's going to be so good for him. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think there's going to be uses for that first dash that they showed there? Or do you think like it's going to be more of this right here? I feel like it's going to be more of this, but let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. But overall, I feel like this quirk skill set, massive upgrade for Shigaraki, and this is one of the best things to look forward to in season 4. Absolutely, this is going to make it worth playing. But the thing that scares me the most, I can't lie to you guys, is the gacha system, because on Full Bullet Deku, I got shafted. I am scared to get shafted on Shigaraki, and it's like the elephant in the room, right? Like, this is so hype. Everybody gets so hyped about a new quirk skill set. I'm hyped about it, but then it's like, it kind of kills the hype when you think, I have the potential to not even be able to use this or play this in the game. That's depressing when it comes to a battle royale, right? So, I mean, they're not going to change their gacha system probably at this point. It's obvious they're never going to change their gacha system. Well, or I shouldn't say change it, but get rid of their gacha system, right? So, a potential change that I would pray and hope, maybe cross my fingers that the developers could do, is maybe we could keep the normal banners with the roll tickets, and you could summon that way. That's like one way you could do it. Or they could do a guaranteed quirk skill set ticket or a guaranteed character ticket where you can pay money, $50, $100, whatever, to be able to go and buy a guaranteed quirk skill set ticket and then guarantee yourself the character, as opposed to risking it all on the gacha summons and still getting very, very unlucky. Now, other gacha games created by Bandai Namco, which granted are mobile games, do this similar thing where they give character tickets for an exorbitant amount of money, okay? And this isn't Fortnite, so like I know you're gonna be like $100 is insane. That's ridiculous. Well, they're not gonna give you $15 for a quirk skill set, right? It's not gonna happen. I wish it would happen, but it's not gonna happen, okay? Maybe for a skin, maybe someday, but like I feel like having a guaranteed quirk skill set ticket or guaranteed character ticket would be very, very good. Something they definitely won't introduce this season, but maybe like season 5, season 6 would be something nice to see, a nice introduction to allow people to get these quirk skill sets. We still don't know exactly how quirk skill sets are going to work. I don't think they've actually said whether they're going to rotate like characters off the banner, where eventually we have so many on a banner that will rotate one off and you can buy it, because you can get characters with a guaranteed character ticket eventually. They haven't said anything for quirk skill sets, so we're still, if you don't pull them, are you never going to be able to pull them? I mean, like, I don't know. We'll have to see how that ends up shaking out in the game. There's still a lot unknown, but for now, I think Shigaraki looks very, very hype. I am super excited to test him out, at least in practice, because you can't take him into a game if you don't pull the quirk skill set, which sucks. I wish you could use rental tickets maybe on Shigaraki, so maybe we'll see something like that updated for season 4 as well. These are all just kind of copium and hoping, but as far as the quirk skill set goes, I feel like most people have to agree it looks good. It's very, very hype, but the gacha aspect, I feel like, scares me and probably scares a lot of you guys. But let me know how you guys are feeling down in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. And thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.